Imperial's business model is not focused on profit because for her, business should always be about making the lives of Filipinos better. Well, Miss Emma Imperial, what a beautiful story you have. Now we want to hear more deeper. So, to start with, can you please share us your childhood story?
When I was 8 years old, I would pass by a neighborhood that has a lot of roses, and then from that, I would go to school and sell the roses. And then after that, I was so successful, I would buy these candies, and what I do is I separate all these candies, and then when I go to the school, I would sell them, and I was only 8 years old. 9 years old, the same. I was selling baby doll, paper dolls, and I was making money when I was 8 and 9 and 10. And it didn't stop, because when I was in high school, it went higher, and I was selling gold, like gold pendants. My friend and I would go to Bulacan, and then we would buy all these pendants with different names, and then we would sell it. And at the end of the day, I would have free gold pendant for myself. So, I mean, I've been an entrepreneur since I was a little kid, you know.
Why? Why, since you were a kid, you want
My father
selling?
was a very poor guy. He came from Samar. He came here with 9 pesos, and he did not
Came to Manila
came
for
to Manila
9 peso?
for 9 pesos, and then he did not finish his law. But he was very good entrepreneur.
Okay.
With that money, he became a multimillionaire.
Your dad?
My father.
Okay.
So I think I got his genes, because no matter what I do, I just make money.
When you were young, are you an insecure child?
I was never insecure. As a matter of fact, when I was a child, and not so many people know this, I always tell this to a lot of people, that what you are before 10 years old or what you're going to be.
Okay, so what you are when you were 10 years old?
I was told at the early age of 7 years old to 8 to take care of my siblings.
Okay.
And so I should say I never had a real a childhood, because
Experience,
I was there to control everything,
Okay.
so that my siblings are okay. And that control passed.
Okay.
It became really me.
So during that time, before 10 years old, what do you really want to do?
I want to start something that has not been started. So when I did my business, I always choose which one is not there. So in Legazpi City, I started Montessori. That's not there. Well, there was no Montessori in Legazpi City. There was no poultry. I started the first poultry. Then finally I went into housing, because there was no BF homes like housing in Albay. So I started that. When I started my housing, then I also started the teacher's housing. And that was the first I think in the Bicolanja, or maybe in the country. So I like to innovate. I like to start new things.
Who gave you the inspiration to be an innovator?
I had my inspiration, would you believe, from Mr. Henry C. So I went to interview Mr. C. He said, well, you know, I'm very good in sales. And I said, so everybody can sell. That must not be a secret of your success. And then he looked at me and he said, okay, I'm going to tell you the real one. He said, when you look up a person who enters my door and wants to do business with me, I would know whether the person is good or not. It's by the way he moves, the way he talks, the way he, you know. And then I said, wow, that must be your secret. Sir, is that inborn talent? I said, no, yeah, it's a skill. And I kept it in my heart. And so now, you point to me anyone, and I will tell you if the person is good or not. I have the skill.
What was your biggest challenges in life?
There will always be fear for the unknown, because that area is some place that you don't know, and you don't know what's gonna happen there. But I've always told all my employees, even my sons, say, fear is just fear itself. It's just a word. It's a lie. Fear is a lie. And once you start feeling that, you have to set it aside and go out and do what you have to do.
Do you consider yourself a successful now?
I believe I am successful, but as you become successful and you're able to see the potential of your success, not only for the people that you want to help or the people that you want to touch, but it becomes bigger. Now, when I became successful in all this recognition for the solar powered community, it's more of the country. Then it has become more of the global market because the concept is really impacting climate change. It will also impact the people who are in need of houses, good houses.
So how about your best message to the young Pinoys now?
When you start a business, you have to always think what good it will have for others. If you put that in your heart all the time, one day you're gonna hit the jackpot, because one day you're going to be recognized for what you're doing. So when you have others in your heart, you will have success in the future.
What's your key message to all our countrymen in order to make our country first world?
I think this is the message of the president also. He always says this is for the country. And you and me, Rebecca, it's always, we all work for the country, no matter what happens, right? So it's always for the country. If each and every one of us will have that, I think we'll never go wrong.
So where do we see Miss Emma Imperial the next 5 years?
Still here with you as a friend and still work to convince everyone to join me and my company in expanding the solar-powered mass housing community.
Thank you very much. Every success has its struggles. Every dream has its trials and tests. Listen to their stories, because if they did it, you can also be called self-made.